Welcome to Beyond the Headlines on the WMBD Plus app. I could not say that earlier.
Yeah, I know, right? You could not.
You caught us on the 5.
Yeah, you got really caught up on those words. You've never had to tease your own show before.
Right, I just say welcome, here we are.
Yeah.
But, you know, on Beyond the Headlines, we break down today's local news stories with our very own reporters. I'm Brianna Rittman.
And I'm Cameron Main. Today's big stories are the final decision on the Paradise Casino saga. Ooh.
And yours truly being the first ever keynote speaker at a local primary school's annual Black History program.
And continuing our coverage on honoring Black voices and stories in Central Illinois.
Now, our first story of the day, a decision has been made by the Illinois Gaming Board regarding the future of the Paradise Casino.
Alex Berger is here right now, live in the hot seat to talk about it. So thank you so much, Alex.
Yeah.
So what decision has been made? Is this the final decision?
Yeah, I do want to highlight first, whoever yours truly is, they sound like a wonderful keynote speaker.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Congratulations on that, yes.
Thank you.
So first things first, it is staying on the water. After the months and even pretty much a year-long saga of East Peoria, East Peoria, it is staying on the water. It is going to be a permanently moored barge. So it's going to be right next to the actual boat itself. So the boat staying there. The hotel going to get some renovations, but there will be a new expansion to the actual casino itself to where they'll be able to have, you know, a new fresh thing as you see there. It's going to be a new barge structure. And obviously this was approved by the Illinois Gaming Board unanimously today. And you know, this has been through a lot of trials, tribulations.
Right.
Like originally it almost was going to be basically like a casino land in East Peoria.
Right,
you know, it was going to be really, and it was going to be a big project. And I mean, Peoria was like, hey, what? Because if it was supposed to be on land, it was supposed to be in Peoria, and that goes back to 1991, where when gambling came to the city of East Peoria, it actually was, all right, Peoria and East Peoria are in this agreement that if it's on land, gambling has to be in Peoria. If it's on the water, it has to be in East Peoria.
Okay.
Now, Peoria did have the boat for a couple years until 1993, when East Peoria was building something to actually house gambling.
Right.
So Peoria kind of, helped them out there. But I mean, this has just been an absolute dogfight of who's going to get it.
One question I really want to ask is, do you know how much about this design? Because is the boat going to float on the water, or is it going to be held up by pillars that are technically attached to the ground at the bottom of the river?
Right.
Because that could be something that maybe could end up being a legal challenge. Because again, this was such a huge fight. There was a decision that the Peoria City Council members could say, like, hey, drop your case against this land-based casino idea we have, and we'll give you $1.8 million roughly a year.
Exactly
and potentially more, because it was based off a percentage. It was like 2%.
Yep.
And if it earned way more money than they actually expected, then it could have been more. And now they went off that decision. They went for the challenge. Now we're at the boat more. But enough about Peoria. How does East Peoria feel about it?
Well, I mean, to your point, they diluted the plan significantly from what it was supposed to be, and it's now into this. East Peoria is still thrilled. They're still thrilled that they're going to be able to keep gambling in their city, and they note that it's a revenue generator for the state. They believe that what they're doing is really good for the actual state of Illinois, and they're thrilled. I mean, Mayor Call, he put out a statement on Facebook saying that, he always is very, good partners with Boyd Gaming, and they have a good relationship with the city of East Peoria because, of course, one of their biggest revenue generators is Paradise Casino.
But also, how does Peoria feel about this?
Peoria is not thrilled. Their attorney, John Kennedy, put out a statement today saying that they want the board to consider what is best for the state's bottom line and for the actual revenue generation of the entire state of Illinois. And they are basically saying through their attorney that they believe this is just good for Boyd's bottom line, not for Peoria itself, even though they're right there.
All right, thank you so much, Alex. Appreciate it.
So much to this, truly.
Yeah, it really is. Now, here's a story. Even with the weird weather, we're looking to get ready for the summer.
For sure.
Johnsonville has partnered with Dr. Pepper to introduce a completely original, never-before-tasted mashup that's prompting equal parts intrigue, excitement, and disbelief.
Now,
Okay.
starting on Sunday, the company is launching Johnsonville Dr. Pepper-inspired sausage.
Ooh, the new sausage is inspired by the Soda Giant's original 23 flavor blend and will be available across the U.S. at Walmart, Kroger, and 7-Eleven.
See how it dropped?
On Johnsonville's site, the company has posted recipes to give consumers inspiration for the swalty, sweet and salty
Oh, yeah.
sausage flavors.
how
Now,
I refer to
recipes
it.
range from mac and cheese to kebabs and nachos.
Hey, mac and cheese, I think, would be pretty good. Actually, Beecham's in Tremont does cheese-infused bacon burgers. For
Ooh.
like they've done
Wow.
that for a long time, and we used to get that pretty often, and that was really good dinner. So I imagine mac and cheese hot dogs.
I also
That'd be
don't know
pretty
if
fire.
you noticed, but Brianna changed the pillows while the video was playing. So if you might have
Aggravated
noticed
me.
oh wait, that kind of looks a bit
It
different.
was
What
sticking
happened?
up like this, and I was just
You're just I gotta fix that
irking me.
while we talked about sausages.
Yeah, some Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper flavored sausages.
Yes, of course.
Could you imagine if it was like Pib Extra? Some like
So
Pib
now I
Extra.
wonder if you throw it on the grill, how's that gonna be?
It's gonna smell
man.
fizzy.
Are these better boiled or are they better grilled? Or are they
okay.
better microwaved? I don't know.
All right, when we come back on
No
the other
clue.
headlines, I'll be in the hot seat to talk about my keynote
Yep.
speech from earlier today. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines on the WMBD Plus app. Our next story of the day takes us to Franklin Primary School hosting its annual Black History program. Now, Brianna is in the hot seat now to share what was special about this year's program. And Alex did keep the seat warm, as you said, so it is literally the hot seat.
Right.
So what was this program all about?
Okay, so it's their annual Black History program. They've had it for at least around 10 years. Franklin Primary School is a K-4 school. And so students were doing like poetry, singing songs. They really enjoyed Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror. The kids really enjoyed that.
That's some good taste.
And so as you can see, I was the keynote speaker today. Now this is the first year that they had a keynote speaker. So I was honored when I found that out after the fact.
Wow.
I was definitely nervous. Because you just never know with kids. You got to keep their attention span just right. You have to be engaging.
Kids are very hard to entertain.
They're a tough crowd.
Yeah.
Tough crowd. But they were engaging. They engaged with me. Like I said, they sang songs. They did skits. And the entire school throughout the hallway had different projects that they had been working on throughout the month. There was even a portion where the assistant principal was like, what have y'all learned? And so they passed the mic down during the program, and so kids could share some of the things that they have learned.
Oh, that's so sweet. So, hey, the speech was a pretty big part. How did you format your speech?
Okay, so I have had them reciting we did like a callback of I Am Somebody, which actually, ironically, Reverend Jesse L. Jackson passed away about a couple weeks ago, and today, started the viewing process. And so that's where that comes from.
Right.
I use that as an inspiration to let them know that they are somebody, they'll be somebody great. They're never too young to start achieving their goals, making an impact in their community and just being a positive. Like just yesterday, I had Miss Teen Juneteenth and Little Miss Juneteenth in the studio. So I touched on that a little bit, like you are never too young to make a positive difference in thinking about the people that you learned, that they have been learning about throughout the month.
And talk to me a little bit how it felt to really be in that moment in front of all these kids, and especially they were singing along with you. How did that feel?
I was glad. So I got up there, I was like, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to repeat after me, okay? And they went right into it because I was nervous. And my mom's an educator and everything, so I was like, I don't see how you do this every day because you have to, keep your energy up. You have to keep them engaged. But it was nice that they were, we opened and closed with the poem, so with them reciting the poem with me. So it was really nice. And I was like the last person on program, so that's even more pressure,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When I realized that, I'm like, I'm already nervous now because it's just like I might be keeping them from recess, lunch, or something.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
you
want
don't
to be
wanna
the
do
person,
that.
but it was a great crowd. I'm truly honored that Assistant Principal Sydney Ross invited me to speak, and then, like I said, later on I found out I was the first speaker. So I'm like, I'm glad I found that out after the fact because I was already nervous for so many other reasons. But it was a great program. I was truly honored.
You would do it again.
I would definitely do it again. I got the first one out the way right now.
Yeah, I know. Right now, this is the easy part. You've gotten your reps
I would do it
in.
again. So it was truly fun. It's always so great to like pour into the next generations.
Yeah, and connect to the community like that way. Because sometimes we're just like,
it's just
we're
us
just
in the
like
studio.
these figures on a screen.
And that's what I explain to people. They're like, well, you do this all the time. And I'm like, it's only me in this studio, our engineers, and a meteorologist. It's like 4 or 5 of us in here.
And the engineers, they just always look grumpy at us.
But when you got to go in front of a crowd, that is a different, especially because I had to, come up with a speech. My usually community engagements are like emceeing a program that's already outlined, so this was something new for me.
All right, perfect.
Well, here's a story that Scott Cameron and I talking this evening. Buc-ee's, you know what Buc-ee's is? The gas station?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Yes,
Buc-ee's is now taking legal action against an Ohio-based convenience store company.
Ooh, records show that the gas station giant is suing Kohl's IP Holdings LLC, which owns Mickey Mart and convenience store and gas station company.
Buc-ee's alleges the suit is for the trademark infringement and unfair competition.
In the suit, Buc-ee's alleges Mickey Mart is changing its name to Mickey's, claiming it more closely remains Buc-ee's trademark. Wow. Okay. What a confusing part of copyright law that we just got into right there.
Right.
Look,
I trust you to dive deeper into it. You're good at things like that.
All right. Copyright law is one of the most confusing legal documents that you could probably find. That is because it's like there's so many weird things with that, where it's like you have to like shut down things where it's like if you know that something is happening that's using your name and likeness or your property, like, and then you don't shut it down, then that means you forfeit that right. So you always have to litigate against it, which is like, okay, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
All right, well, we've got one more local story for you when we return on Beyond the Headlines. We're watching Austin Feeman's special report on honoring Black history, and you better stay because it's a good one.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. Now, WMBD is continuing our Honoring Black History series tonight. Now, women's sports has changed a lot over the years, with many women blazing a path forward for generations to come.
That's right. WMBD's Austin Feeman highlights a few African-American women from Illinois State University who helped bring women's sports to where they are today, and not just for the country, but for the world.
Illinois State University has produced about 13 Olympians over the years, with one of those people being the first ever African-American woman to compete. Tidy Ann Pickett was a track and field star from Illinois State University who qualified for the 1932 Olympic Games, but faced a lot of prejudice for her success.
Tidy Ann Pickett really set the stage for the growth and spirit of women's athletics as the first African-American female to compete in the Olympics.
But Tidy wasn't the only one who made an impact on women's sports. Kathy Boswell came to Illinois State at just 16 years old. She was a basketball star who qualified for the games in 1976, 4 years after Title IX was enacted into law.
Kathy was an Olympian and she was a student athlete here at ISU in the late 70s, early 80s. And as you could see, her jersey's in the rafters, so she definitely made a huge impact on ISU as a player.
Kathy still lives today and was a trailblazer for women in sports, showing no matter your age, sex, or skin color, you can make your dreams come true. And that stands the same for Dr. Nell Jackson. She was the first African-American woman to be the head coach for the Olympic women's track team in 1956 and again in 1972.
She was in an era when women's sports, girls' sports was not even found in many places. She was well known among her peers in many, many different schools. She worked very hard to make a name for herself, and her name still resonates with people who know the sport today.
Even with all the adversities these women faced during their time, they still fought back and stood up for what they believed in.
All of these women were trailblazers, front runners, pioneers, and they had a real spirit about them that I think transcends into where we are today with women's sports being so popular.
In Normal, Austin Beeman, Beyond the Headlines.
Phenomenal women.
Yeah, phenomenal. I didn't also know ISU had such a history there. I think that was a really great way Austin broke it down.
Right. Very hidden gem. So shout out to Devin in sales, because he brought that to me like after we, earlier this year, because ISU sent it out to like their alumni network last year.
Right.
And so it was just,
so it was like, oh, wow, there's all these people
right.
here. Right.
And so I'm glad we were able to, uncover those hidden gems.
Yeah, and put it in, the historical archives,
Right.
That's what I like to say. Whenever it's like late at night, I'm like, oh, I got to finish this web story. And I'm like, oh, I got to keep going. And then I'm like, oh, wait, this is history I'm writing right now.
Yes.
And so
and you put your
then
heart
I just,
in it, right? That passion.
I just like type crazily.
That is so sweet. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, history you're doing. It made me think about my keynote speech. I'm like, dang, I'm the first person. to do
Yeah,
it. Like,
you made history, and
Central
your
Illinois, look at
article will
that.
always be online. And be like, so this Franklin primaries, they've been doing these speeches for 200 years. I wonder who the first one was. And then it's like, oh my God,
My picture.
Brianna Rittman. But then also like at the Franklin primary school, in 200 years time, there's like aliens and there's like stuff like that. There's like flying
Robots.
cars, there's like 20 surveillance cameras in the
Right.
photo shoot. It's like,
Yes.
that may be our future.
Maybe. Well, before we go, M&M's is thrilled to announce the return of the beloved flavor vote competition after a 7-year hiatus.
This year's fans can snack, vote, and play flavor judge with the new M&M's Bakery Collection, featuring 3 limited edition bakery-inspired flavors.
Now, this year's sweet contenders include 3 deliciously unique twists on classic bakery favorites. M&M's peanut butter cinnamon roll, so it's a warm cinnamon roll notes paired with creamy peanut butter deliver a bakery-inspired bite reminiscent of fresh from the oven rolls.
M&M's cherry chocolate cupcake, rich chocolate cake flavors with a hint of tart cherry create a balanced bakery-inspired bite with a sweet finish.
And M&M's lemon meringue pie, bright citrus flavor combined with smooth white chocolate, and a crispy center offers a fresh take on the classic lemon meringue pie.
Well, I'm really now craving a lemon meringue. How do I say it again? Meringue pie. Yeah, but because I love that. We have a lot of meringues in Australia. It's like very common. Am I keep on saying it wrong? I've never been able to say it right.
No, you're good. You're good.
You don't
I
look
like
at me
this.
like I'm saying it good.
No,
You're giving me side eye.
I was just really interested into this Australian story. that
Yeah, I
you
have to
shared.
drop some Australian law if
Right.
I come on. Every Beyond the Headlines episode I'm on, it comes with a law drop.
The cinnamon roll has my interest. That's probably the one that I would try.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not too fan about their peanut butter M&Ms anyway, so that's where I'm like, peanut butter and cinnamon roll, I'm not really feeling that.
Yeah.
But we'll just see maybe we can get the morning show to have it on like Try It Tuesday
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah. And then they save a bunch of leftovers, and then I go into the studio
Yes.
first. I hide it, and then us two can eat it. And we go, oh, that morning ate it all.
Right, we can. Well, thank you for joining us today on Beyond the Headlines on the WMVD Plus app.
You can find all these stories and more on our website, ciproud.com.
For breaking news and weather updates 24/7, log on to ciproud.com and download the free CI Proud to Go mobile app.